everyone, and welcome to the 2025-2026 season. I'm joined, as always, by Joel Gibson. I got a new iPad, so forgive me a little bit. My screen's bigger, but Joel's is smaller, so if I'm a little helter-skelter, my fault. As always, I come to you today not only as your loving commissioner to discuss the off-season, but I come to you with this trophy as the most winningest champion in league history. The most winningest, the longest streak. I could go on. I won't, because I will have little nuggets throughout the off season, just so everybody knows. Expect a photo shoot with my son with the trophy this year. I've been working on some ideas. It's going to be a good time. So keep that in the back of everyone's mind. Right, Joel?
Yeah. This is the beginning of the end for you, Brandon.
Okay. Well, that's fine. It only took 4 years to get here, so it's totally fine. You guys finally got it together. The beginning and the end of Hoodie Modest. That being said, there's just a couple things I want to talk about this year. First thing is actually going to be pay-in for this year is going to $20, everyone. I know. Break the bank. $20, a full 2 times what it was last year. Shout out to CJ for helping pay for fan tracks this year. He gave me a little donation. I want to recognize him on that. Kudos to him. Yeah, that being said, we're going to 20. I imagine next year we'll go to 30. We're still not breaking anybody's budget. And I put a lot of work into this, so I hope that you guys feel like that money's kind of worth it to participate in this level of fantasy. We put a lot of time and effort into it. Well, I do. Joel looked at the camera like, oh, I don't really do anything. All right. With that in mind, we're gonna have the salary cap raise this year. We'll do this one first. Raise is gonna be for $14. $14 this year. It was $15 last year. We're doing $14 this year. There is a method to my madness as far as calculating it out. I'm happy to discuss it with anybody that has any questions on it. But basically, understand caps went up a little bit compared to last year, but also people trade so much that it's a little bit hard to figure out. And when you hear about the next one, it's going to add a little bit as far as cap as well. So we're going to go 14, a little bit less than last year. I think literally $1 less than last year. So typical rules apply. I will post a list. It's going to be top 75 this year, though. Not top 80, top 75 players. So, just like the rules last year, you can put up to $5 per player unless you only have one player that is top 75. So, if you have only one player, you can do all 14 onto that one player. If you have only 2 players, you can split it up 7-7. No more, no less, okay? But if you have 3 players, your max is $5 most per player, okay? So you could have 2 5s and a 4 if you wanted to. It's the easiest way to do it. It's also why I use 14 over 15. People with 2 players, it's hard to say you have to split it up that way. So, yeah, it's going to be $14 raise. Like I said, I'll go through that again, and it'll be in the rule book. I got to retype out our rule book for this year, which will be posted at some point this week. But if you only have one player in the top 75, all $14 of the cap raise must go to that player. If you have 2, you can do 7 and 7. And if you have 3, you can do any combination. Now, keep in mind, those are only maxes, okay? So, obviously, 1 for 14. If you have 2, then it'd be 7 and 7. But you could theoretically put that, but again, then you would have 3. So, it doesn't really, the math doesn't really work for me to say, oh, you can spread it out if you only have 2 of the top 75, which I only cut off 5 players. And I can tell you, looking at the list last year, I could probably cut off another 5 to 10, and you'd still feel like they wouldn't be players that deserve to be in the list with the rest of them. So again, 1, 14, you got 2, 7, and 7, or if you have 3, you can do 5, 5, and 4. And if you have more than 3, you can spread it out however many you want, like per player, okay? But it'll always be a max of 5 for anybody that has more than 2 players in the top 75. Makes sense, Joel?
Yeah. I remember you put out that top 70 list. John Collins was in there. That was just the ammunition I needed to get him over to CJ.
Yeah, and that's just it. I wish I could say that I'm coming up with this clever list and stuff like that, but no, it's all taken from Fantrax and ESPN and all squeezed in together, and we try to find some even numbers. So keep
I
that.
have no one to thank but you, Brandon.
Everybody should thank me. I'm your champion. I'm the best champion. I'm the best champion. I'm the best commissioner. We've been talking, Joel, and this was a good point to bring up. I'm glad you brought it up. We've been talking over the last couple of years that it's been the best playoffs. It's been the best years in the league. And, I think it's just because I've been both commissioner and champion that's made it so great.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Okay, I guess I'll take my opinion then. All right. Last thing. So this year, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try something a little bit different. And it's going to depend on what Fantrax allows me to do about this specific spot on your team. But what we wanted to do, people are using rookie rotations and stuff like that. But then they get to year 2 and they feel like they have to drop this rookie, even though he might have played well. Like, for example, Misi for me, or Ware for Joel, right? You'd probably keep Ware regardless, but just go with a thought, okay? If they were just the bottom of your team, then you would have to drop them to the wire, and what was the point? We're just cycling through rookies. We're not building here. So what we want to try this year is we're going to have a long-term reserve spot. Okay, LTR, for those that are keeping up. On this LTR, basically eligibility for this spot is the first, second, or third years of their NBA career. NBA career years, just like I held with Chet, if you play minutes in that season, that is a year of your career, okay? So 1, 2, or 3, you can put them onto this spot. They cannot play, okay? So this is really more looking long-term, looking maybe rookies that are drafted in rounds 2. So it's making that round 2 a little bit more interesting as well of the rookie draft. They can be placed on this spot, but once you activate them onto your active roster, even if you drop them, even if you re-add them, whatever, once you activate them to your active roster, they are no longer eligible for your long-term reserve spot. So if you trade them, if somebody else adds them off the wire after you drop them, even if they were on your long-term spot, that other owner can put them onto their long-term reserve spot with no problem, but they have the same constraints. As soon as they activate them, they no longer are able to put them onto that spot. So what I'm hoping is Fantrax will let me have a spot that I can put on there that kind of locks. You know what I mean? And we can put people in there where you physically can't add them into your active lineup. Kind of like a G League player format kind of thing, you know what I mean? But like I said, we're going to see how it goes. I think that the ability to hold these younger players for longer term is going to be more beneficial, especially for teams with a ton of draft picks, right? Where they can put them on there, wait and see what happens. If you think that somebody's going to turn into something in the next couple years, you get to play that player. You don't have to Just hope you can add them next year. And what this league's about is it's about building the team. So, well, the rookie cycle and people have been very creative with that and stuff like that. I think that having spots that you can use to actually build a team is far more important, especially in a dynasty format. So we're going to do that. Now, no matter what Fantrax does, okay, we can do it where you tell me who's on your LTR, and then I'll keep a list. I'll just keep a running list. And that way I'll know who has been on your long-term reserve before, and then there won't be any confusion, okay? That list will always be available, whatever. But it's just one of those things that, like, it's something I want to try because I want to move it a little bit towards building. Joel, anything from you on this? Did I miss anything?
Commissioner, what if I have a player on my long-term reserve spot and then I activate them and then I drop them? Can I re-add them and put them back onto my long-term reserve?
No, you can't. I think I brought that up while I was explaining it. That was a good question, though.
I just wanted to make sure that was very clear for the crew.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. Like I said, you can keep them on there for 1 to 3 years until their third year in the NBA. And I think, like I said, after 3 years, that's kind of, you know what kind of player that's going to be. So either they're good enough to be on your active roster or it's time to drop them.
Thanks, Kamish.
Excellent. Joel, anything else besides telling me that I'm the greatest champion in league history?
No, just that your pending doom is coming.
My pending doom is coming? And are you bringing this pending doom?
I'm bringing the fucking thunder.
Okay. Glad to see you.
DeAndre Ayton style, baby.
Glad to see you guys. We'll have some more notes. I'm going to have specific dates about rookie draft. Oh, I can talk just real quick here. As far as the long-term reserve hold, what we're going to do is we're going to do the 2 rounds of the rookie draft, and then after that, we will do a random draft, all 12 thrown in, each has one paper, pulling out names, right? That you'll be able to select a player for your long term if you want to. They'll all be $1. You can throw them on your long-term draft or LTR. Yes, thank you. That's why I got to call it LTR, because I'd be stumbling over it the entire season. You can put them onto your LTR. You can choose not to put anybody onto your LTR, whatever you want to do. But there's going to be a third round, essentially, of the draft this year. But more dates to come on that. You know, I normally don't like to do it until after Summer League's done, more in the August, September area. So I will keep you guys posted on that. Anything else, Joel Gibson?
No, we'll see you next season, guys.
No, this is the start. This is the start of the season. This is modest drive for 5 if you're a fan of Ricky Bobby. Drive for 5, baby. Let's go. See ya.